Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Apothecary and welcome back to my channel.
I'm here today for a spoiler-free review of Ancient as the Stars. This is a space opera adventure by Maya Darjani, and y'all, this book was so good. This is a science fiction space opera. My general thoughts about this book was this was one of the easiest science fiction books I've read in a very long time. Usually I have a very hard time with science fiction because of all the science terminology. I have a hard time following that around, and I just have a terrible time with science fiction. But Ancient as the Stars is one of the easiest science fictions I had to follow. Spoiler-free summary of what this book is all about. This is for fans of Lower Decks, The Expanse, and a found family time travel adventure with humor, snark, and lots of heart. One kick-ass, immortal sail ship captain, Captain Karina Yilmaz of the Earth Union Fleet, has it all. Adoring husband? Check. The enduring loyalty of her crew? Check. Transformation into beautiful, ageless, immortal? Check. But when a dimensional rift brings her low down, dust-sniffing, no-good younger self hurtling into the present, Karina's carefully constructed life wavers. We also have one snarky, dust-addicted loser. Flight Officer Ren Yilmaz is pretty sick of the hand she's been dealt. Her supervisor is an idiot. Her ex-husband is vindictive and has ruined her career. And now here's her perfect future self, who everyone fawns over, while Ren is still ignored and alone. They're the same person, just 60 years apart. Both their ships are in space, one in time. Karina needs to get her crew home safe and sound, and Ren has to get back to her reality and out of Karina's shadow. So like I said, I absolutely loved this book. I thought it was one of the easiest science fiction books that I've read in a very long time. Let's jump right into my call pile categories and talk about each one of these categories. First up, we have characters. I loved all of our characters, even the ones that were not as prevalent. I still loved them. They felt personable to me and individualistic. I just wanted more out of them. Our atmosphere and our setting, we were in space and it felt like we were in space, which sounds redundant and obvious to me, but there have been plenty of science fiction novels that I've read that were basically just Earth but in space. And that, to me, is not a great atmosphere if you're just using the same planet and pretending it's a different planet. But what Darjani does is she uses space shuttle transporters, spaceships, whatever you want to call them, as her setting. So it's not on a particular planet. Although they're surrounded by planets and there are visits to other planets, the main settings are on these ships. And each one of the ships has its own crew and its own personality, and that helps set them apart from each other, and also helps set the atmosphere and the setting for each one of the ships. With writing style, I was very nervous when I first started reading this book because for me, science fiction can be either hit or miss. I either love it or I don't get it at all, and that tends to change how I perceive a book. But with this book, the writing was so easy to read, and it was fun and entertaining, and I felt that writing Karina and Ren as sisters, which they're treated as in this book, even though they're the same person 60 years apart, was an incredibly smart move by Darjani. I felt like, to me, it made that so much easier to tell apart which one is speaking and which one belongs to which crew, and I never got confused between the two. The science was, in my opinion, on the quote softer side, and I have nothing to substantiate that. That's just my opinion. It was easier to read, and it was there. It was definitely science fiction, but it wasn't necessary to understand all of this science in order to understand the story. And for me, that is key in science fiction. Our plot was a bit meandering with some side quests going on, but it was mostly strong at the core. Or Intrigue, I at times had less intrigue than at other times, partly because of that meandering. I just wanted to know what we were supposed to know. Some characters that meandered a lot more than others, and I was trying to figure out why we're doing all this meandering, but I was intrigued for most of the time. Logic and relationships. Some of our relationships were much stronger than others, and some I wanted to dig into more. And I just saw that we have a second book in this universe coming out. This is a standalone, and the second book coming out is kind of a companion book as far as I can understand it. So I'm hoping that we'll get some more of the characters that we got in Ancient as the Stars in that new book, and we'll be able to dig in a little bit deeper there. And of course, enjoyment. I truly enjoyed this book. I can't wait to read that companion book coming out sometime this year. I'm very excited for that. If you want to know my full review for Ancient as the Stars, you can find it on Goodreads, which is linked down below, or on Storygraph, where you can find me there. If you have read this book, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of it? What did you love about it? What did you not like? Give me all the details. As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back.